Fellas, AC here. Welcome to another review. Now today I'm talking about a fragrance from a house which is getting a lot of positive attention from everybody, Louis Vuitton. And the fragrance I'm going to talk about is probably one of the most talked about hyped fragrance on social media. And it is called Louis Vuitton Imagination. I haven't got a full bottle, but I've got an authentic official sample. And I've tested it about 4 or 5 days, 4 or 5 times. And I must say, the moment I sprayed it, I became a fan. I like citrus aromatic fragrances. I like fragrances which actually have a bright, energetic character to it and are versatile. And this fragrance has got those qualities. And it immensely impressed me. So I thought to myself, I'm going to do a full review very soon. And I just was a little late because I should have tested it in summer. Or spring and summer, but it's towards end of summer that I was testing it. So, the moment you spray it, you realize what a citrus aromatic fragrance can do. Wow! But before I get into it, let me cover the basics. The fragrance was released in 2021, and the parfumer is Jacques Cavalier. Jacques Cavalier is the house perfumer for Louis Vuitton, and he is doing magical stuff. He's always done amazing fresh fragrances. So he started with L'Odyssée Brome, which was an amazing fragrance, still is one of the most popular fragrances of the 90s and early 2000s. Recently I've reviewed Pacha de Cartier EDT, which is an amazing fragrance, and this one here. Very recently I reviewed this, Bulgari Akomara. And this fragrance borrows some of the notes from here. They don't smell the same, but I think what Jacques Cavalier is very good at is creating fresh fragrances which have a contrasting warm, spicy note, and he fuses them together. What he did here was orange mixed with ambroxan mixed with olibanum. Who would put olibanum in aquatic? A lot of cologne in this fragrance, and created a fantastic experience. So he's a master of that. L'Odyssée is the same thing, you know, lots of citrus with florals and cedar, huge amounts of cedar. Here he's done the same thing. So what does the fragrance do when you first spray it? So when you first spray it, it's very peppery, almost as if you're smelling black pepper. But I couldn't see black pepper listed as a note. And lots of neroli, huge amounts. Neroli black pepper mixed with that orange that I found in many of Jacques Cavalier's fragrances. That orange is there in Pacha, that orange is there in Bulgari Akomara, that orange is here. This orange is mixed with citron fruit. Now, citron fruit, recently I reviewed Au Givre by Thierry Hermes, has this very pleasant, very calming, soothing citrus smell. Sunny and bright and beautiful. Really very energizing. That smell is there as well. So it's citron fruit with black pepper, or smell of black pepper, neroli, orange, and bergamot. Tons of citruses. But what dominates here is black pepper or peppery smell. It really pumps up. And along with that black pepper, there is the smell of charred or burning or simmering wood, guywood. Guywood has this amazing smell which has been used in royal oud, and here as well has this charry, tarry smell, smoking woods. That's the opening. It's a fabulous opening. It's one of those most mesmerizing openings ever. And neroli mixed with ginger is what comes to the fore in about 15-20 minutes, right? And that neroli and ginger maintain that freshness along with the fruity, citrusy nature, along with the pepper. And then comes the dry down after about 1.5 hours. And that dry down is stunning. This dry down, wow, this dry down is absolutely amazing. It brings in a note of black tea, Chinese black tea, with ambroxan, with olibanum and cinnamon. As I said, in Akomara, he's used galon, olibanum, orange, and ambroxan. Here he's used guaiac wood, ambroxan, olibanum, black tea, orange, ginger, and cinnamon. The layers of complexity is just terrific. The fragrance takes on a different personality. It's a citrus aromatic like no other. Absolutely amazing. Complexity, multiple layers, great craftsmanship. Outstanding fragrance. Really loved it. So, pros and cons. The creativity of this fragrance is unmatched. All these notes which seemingly shouldn't be appearing in a citrus aromatic are there. Who's putting cinnamon, olibanum, and guaiac wood in a citrus aromatic? Well, apparently it works. So the creativity is absolutely amazing. This is authentic creativity. Number 2 is the performance of the fragrance and the quality of materials. The quality of materials is absolutely top notch. This fragrance smells quality. And the performance, the longevity of this fragrance is 24 hours on skin. You know, it just fades away slowly, but it never leaves your skin till, you know, next day, I suppose, or your next shower, whatever. So on your shirt and under your shirt is a brilliant way to wear this fragrance because of so many nuances. When you wear it under your shirt, one spray, whenever you move, you get different facets of the fragrance, and that is what was the clincher for me. I really was sold on this fragrance when I put a spray under my shirt. And just when I moved, I got different facets, and I was like completely mesmerized. It's one of the most, enchanting and beautiful. It's a wonderful fragrance which is very pleasant and makes you very happy because of its complexity, because of its various facets. You know, neroli ginger, brilliant, along with orange and citron, and along with olibanum and guaiac wood. It's just all those things, when they come together after 1.5 hours and you move and you smell it and you think, wow, what a fragrance. So those are the 3 upsides, not downsides. Number 1 downside, is it familiar to anything? Because citrus fragrances have this big downside. They always inevitably smell like something or the other. Here, when I first smelled it, I instantly remembered Givenchy Gentleman Cologne, which is unfortunately discontinued, but I really rate it. It's one of the nicest citrus aromatic based on a chalky iris. This reminded me of a very, very peppery and smouldering Givenchy Gentleman Cologne, right? So that, it's still there. I still remember Givenchy Gentleman Cologne when I spray this. It's just one of those things. You know, citrus aromatics always remind you of something or the other. That's the only familiarity I could think of. It's not like Eau Givre, like people say. I've just recently reviewed Eau Givre. It's not like Eau Givre. Eau Givre is different fragrance, and I loved it. It's a fantastic fragrance, Eau Givre, but it's not like Imagination. Second downside has to be the price point. Now, this one is priced, the refill bottle is, I just checked this morning, and the price on the Louis Vuitton website is £255 for 100 ml refill bottle. Now that is steep, but if you compare it to Creed prices, it's around about that sort of ballpark, if you like. And Creed makes fresh fragrances, very high quality. And here is the same thing. It's a very high quality fresh fragrance with amazing longevity, much longer than any of the Creeds that I have tested. So yes, price point is a downside. But when you look at the creativity and the evolution and the transformation, I don't think it's a big issue. It's an issue, it's not a big issue. And the third one has to be, if you live in a cold country, you'd only be able to wear this 3 months, maximum 6 months in a year, right? That could be a big problem when you spend so much money on a fragrance. You would want to wear it in multiple seasons, but this one probably is going to be, it smells half as nice when it's not warm and when it's not sunny. Half as nice. It really shines when the sun is out and it's more than 25 degrees. So those are the upsides and downsides. So let's talk about the other facets. Compliment factor, massive. Absolutely a massive compliment factor. performance. This fragrance has longevity which is off the charts, as sillage which is off the charts. If you put it on your shirt, only 2 to 3 sprays, and it has to be warm and it will fill a room. The projection is about 2 arms length quite easily with 2 to 3 sprays on your shirt. It's a proper beast mode, not beast mode, but proper strong aromatic fragrance, citrus aromatic fragrance. Very strong, so wear it with caution if you're going to a conservative occasion. Age groups, any age group, you know, an 18-year-old boy can pull this, a 60-year-old man can pull this. There is absolutely no problem with citrus aromatics. Citrus aromatics are very versatile when it comes to age groups, and most people like citrus aromatics. Most women like aromatics, citrus aromatics. That's why the complement factor is very high with fresh fragrances. Any culture, any country, any climate. Seasons I've covered. Occasions, any occasion. I can wear this to work. The dry down of this fragrance is absolutely magical. I can wear this to work. I can wear this to black tie events. Excuse me. I can wear this to dates. Any occasion when I really want to impress someone. Interviews, no problem. Any occasion. Extremely versatile. I think I've covered all aspects. How many marks am I going to give it? There's a very little hint of familiarity with Givenchy Gentleman Cologne. Price point is towards high. Limited variability, and this market segment of citrus aromatic fragrances is pretty much jam-packed with lots of fragrances to choose from. In spite of all of that, the bit I like most about this fragrance is the contrast, the yin and the yang of the notes I described. The way the citrus aromatic has multiple layers, the complexity, the evolution, and the very high quality of materials. All of that, take everything into consideration. I'm struggling to give it less than 9. It's that good. It's a 9 out of 10 fragrance with all the limitations I mentioned. And if I were to rank it on its dry down, just the dry down, I would give it a 10 out of 10. Just the dry down. It's one of the nicest citrus aromatic fragrances I have recently reviewed and tested. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I'm going to make sure I get at least a partial or full bottle when I can, when I have the mood, when I'm in the mood to buy an expensive fragrance. It's that good. 9 out of 10. Hope you enjoy the review, fellas. Take care. Bye-bye.